Bishop John McIntyre, Auxiliary Bishop for the Archdiocese of Philadelphia. It's great to be with you. And we're standing here in the magnificent, and I do mean magnificent, Cathedral Basilica of Saints Peter and Paul. Can you tell us a little bit about this place, because it is just a magnificent church and house of worship?
Thank you. We are very blessed to have this as our cathedral, not only the physical space itself, its style, its beauty, but also the place where it's located, right here in Center City, Philadelphia, off of Logan Circle. So it's a beautiful location also for the cathedral. There's a wonderful parish community here at the cathedral parish, a good staff of priests who serve them, so we're blessed also with that aspect of it. The cathedral itself took 3 bishops to build. Our third bishop, our second bishop, Bishop Kenrick, began the construction. It continued under the time of St. John Newman, and then Archbishop Wood finished up and consecrated the cathedral in the 1860s. I believe it was 1864, but I'm not absolutely positive. So it's been the cathedral of the Archdiocese for probably almost 150 years now. And it's a place where so many important events in the life of the local church have taken place. Pope John Paul II visited this cathedral during the last pastoral visit of a pope. Our ordinations take place here every year. It's the priesthood, the permanent diaconate, or perhaps if we have the ordination of a new auxiliary bishop. So it's a place of great significance in the life of the church, and obviously because it's the place where the Cathedral is, where it's the the church of the bishop, the archbishop.
I remember so well, speaking of the cathedra, the installation of Archbishop Chaput and that very poignant, very moving homily that he gave on that occasion from the chair.
Yes, yeah, he often preaches from the chair, as he did this past Holy Thursday for the Chrism Mass, and it is very effective and impressive.
I want to ask you, because a lot of our viewers might not understand what it really means when a church is designated as a basilica. I know the Umbrellino is just behind us. Can you tell us what that means and why this church has that great honor?
Sure. Typically, there's a bit of a process that a church would go through to be named basilica. It starts out on the local level, or I should say the national level, in terms of our Episcopal Conference, and then eventually the Holy Father gives that designation at the recommendation of the Episcopal Conference. So there has to be, in terms of the basilica, a church being named a basilica, a certain architectural significance to the church. It has to be a church of architectural significance and great beauty. There also has to be an intact community and a strong or rich liturgical life in terms of serving the local church. So as we're speaking here, confessions are going on, as they do every day prior to the 12:05 Mass, and there are just many, many things that go on here in the cathedral parish that enrich the liturgical life of the diocese. So I would say those factors, all factor in terms of a church being named a basilica, and then once it is, there's always that connection with Rome, with with the Holy Father. I think it strengthens those bonds.
Very good. Well, we appreciate you helping us to understand just a little bit more about this magnificent house of worship, the Cathedral Basilica, dedicated to Saints Peter and Paul.
Yes.
And why Saints Peter and Paul? Is there a special reason why that was chosen?
Well, this is our third cathedral, believe it or not. When the diocese was first founded, it's a parish church now, Old St. Mary's was our first cathedral. Then Father John Hughes, a priest of Philadelphia, built our second cathedral, dedicated to St. John the Evangelist, which is not too far from here, still a parish church of the Archdiocese. He left and went on to become the first Archbishop of New York and started to build St. Patrick's Cathedral.
Interesting.
And then this cathedral was begun by Bishop Kenrick. And to be quite honest with you, I'm not sure why Peter and Paul were chosen as the patrons of the cathedral, other than the obvious reason that there's that link to the 2 great apostles and the link to Rome. So,
well, it's a magnificent name.
It is.
And a magnificent building, and we thank you for sharing a little bit about us for all of our viewers.
You're welcome. Thank you.